Alrighty, it seems like we are live. Give this another minute or so to get everything all prepped so we can make sure everything is all together here. Oh. Well, that actually helps out quite a bit. Alright, so before we get started, and welcome to anybody who's just tuning in right now. Appreciate you coming in nice and early. Well, early for me. Probably later for all of you guys. Just getting everything all organized and all together here before we start our talk here for today. Until then, we have a little chill session, so I can get all the notes and everything that I wanted together here for you guys. Why does it always want to separate live streamer? At least hyphenate the word, please. There we go. Alright. Let's get this together. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about this. But how are you guys doing today? How are you doing? Also go to yo, what's up, buddy? How's it going? Good morning to you, even though technically it's good evening for you now. Yeah, what's up? Oh, is it what I think you're about to say? If it is, then I can fix that. I'm about to cut to recommending something. Okay. What I may be able to do, depending on what it is. Maybe not 100% sure. Because as of right now, I am now on the verge of thinking you didn't mention something. Yo, what's up, Fat Squatch? So the thing is, on Twitch, we have emotes. Yes. Yes, we do. Or, well, people do. Yeah. What's up, buddy? Welcome, welcome. This thing lets you use emotes on YouTube. Oh? I will take a look at that. I'll bookmark it, add bookmark for JAGZSXE. Yes. Yeah, let's oh geez, alright. That actually looks pretty cool. I didn't know that was a thing. Apparently, it doesn't like my password for Twitch. I will take at that a little bit later then, because I would be able to get everything up and running here. The problem is it doesn't seem to recognize my password anymore for Twitch, which I mean, yeah, I haven't gone on in a while, but it should still be active, so I'm not exactly sure why. So I will worry about that in a little bit. Because these live streams are going to be a little bit more rare now. It's going to be less often. I am really going to be live streaming at all anymore now that I do have a new full-time job here, working 40 plus hours a week with the possibility of the 2 days off. Yeah, thank you for bringing that up. That is good to know, because I didn't know you could do that on YouTube. I know things are going to be a little bit more on the slow end here as time goes on. I'm still getting adapted and well equipped to a new environment overall for myself. But also with that being said, there have been some more updates on the JAGZSXE Discord server as well. If you are not up to date or you're not getting the updates, if you are already on, just head on over to the info tent and then click on the get a roll. Click on all of them so you can be updated for announcements and so I can actually let you guys know what's going on. With that being said, we do have a schedule per week now, roughly, so you guys will be able to get an understanding of when I'm going to be available. As of right now, my days available to do anything are going to be Mondays and Tuesdays, hence why I'm on today. Obviously, I wouldn't do anything like earlier than this, but I did have a meeting to attend to early this morning, so that's why I was up very, very early this morning. But with that being said, videos are a little bit more on the down low right now until things kind of start balancing out a little bit easier for me. Everything as far as the other show goes for On the Edge with Jags, all that is on a hold as well. Because trying to balancing out everything is a little bit of a challenge, obviously. And the best way to balance out everything is to, well, focus on the new job. But that's not what we're here today, but I did want to give a couple of updates before we did get started. If you know anybody who may be interested, any friends that are a content creator or live streamer, anyone you know who want to get, who is just about to get started or wants to start being a live streamer, or someone who already is, like Fat Squatch is, for example, and if you just want to simply know more or you think other people would be interested, send them that invite link for the event. That is fine. More people that watch, more people I can hopefully help out in some way, shape, or form. If it's not a great amount of people, it doesn't matter. As long as I'm helping somebody in some way, shape, or form, that's what matters. But getting on with that, the topic for today is going to be more along the lines of something I've been hearing a little bit, here and there, just from personal friends of mine, from community members in the past, in a sense, and I'm pretty sure this kid really go out of the way to help out a lot of content creators and live streamers, which is simply overcoming stage fright or online stage fright, which also has to do with public speaking and communication skills, because those are the two things that are really going to help you out the most when you are trying to be a live streamer or content creator on YouTube or any other said platform. That's what I love about you. Always want to help others. It's my life, man. So I support you. Well, thank you, man. I greatly appreciate that. Now, I don't want other people to get a little confused between the two different projects I'm working on. On the Edge with Jags has to specifically do with things that aren't taught in a quote-unquote typical or stereotypical school setting for parents to help out their kids in the future. So we're going to be talking about things like, savings. We're going to be talking about like taxes. I know those are boring things, but things kids are going to need to know along with adults themselves. Obviously it goes more into like a business aspect. We talked more about internet safety. So it's more about the essentials of everyday living, everyday life that we need to know as we get older or progress on in life to obtain, at least a little bit more of like keeping your mind at ease. So you don't have to figure out at the last minute like I had to do for a lot of things. Here, JAGZSXE, yes, a lot of it, and mass majority of everything we do now is strictly back on YouTube, doing improv comedy skits when we are available to create the content for you guys. But I also did want to do a little bit of talks here and there if, it came up to me that it's just something I really wanted to do. And it'll be sticking more towards the lines of the entertainment industry overall. If people want to talk about it in the other one, we can. But I want to be more heavily focused on here because, as everyone knows, this is where I do all my online content. This is, JAGZSXE has done everything from live streaming, making YouTube videos, Instagram posts, making random posts on different social media platforms to engage more with the social norm, I guess you would call it. But overcoming stage fright for content creators and live streamers, I know is not, it's easier said than done. I know a lot of people struggle with it. There's different forms of content, so it just also depends on what kind of content creator you are, what kind of live streamer you are. There's a lot of people who don't use video, and you don't have to. There's a lot of people who don't, speak in general, which I would advise against, because you need to entertain those around you. If you're going to be a live streamer, more so that. Obviously for YouTube videos, as long as you have video, that's usually what counts, or else what are you going to be posting up if you're not really having a video on YouTube? I guess you could do a podcast, but I don't know how well that works. But like I said, it can very much so vary. But if we were sticking on the topic of if we were going to use audio and video, because that's what a lot of us tend to do. For a good example, Fast Squatch, when I watch your live streams and everything, yes, you don't have your webcam open, but you do have your game running, and then you have your mic running as well. You do talk to everyone who comes into your streams, which is obviously very important, hence why you do it, and why everyone else should. So that's, like I said, audio is going to be your most important key point, but not only that, your communication skills between not only yourself and your audience, but you need to have better communication skills with you and yourself. You need to know how to talk to yourself along with being able to talk to other people, which is actually also very much so proven to help people overcome their fear of public speaking, and then even overcoming the fear of hearing their own voice, regardless if it's pre-recorded or if it is live. Now, talking to yourself, I do believe is very important. It is something I actually do before I live stream. It's something I do before I record. A lot of people typically don't do this. Like I said, it also depends on what kind of videos I'm making. If it's a video like this, I already knew what I was going to say anyways, in a sense. So all you have to do is really take down notes. But yet again, I've been doing this for years, so bad example in a sense. But if you are brand new to this, some of the key pointers I would say, if you're just getting started, you don't mind, let's say, that you have your mic on, but you are unsure of what to talk about. That's what a lot of people don't know about. They're like, well, what do I talk about? Well, pretty much anything. Say you're playing a video game. Talk about the game. If you don't know what to talk about in general, you talk about the game, you talk about what's going on, you talk about the different strategies, talk about the graphics, literally anything you can think about the game. Even if you don't know anything, as you play the game and you progress, talk about the storyline. What do you like about it? What don't you like about it? Once again, what's the fluidity like of the game itself? Does it run well? How does it compare to other games you may have played? So on and etc. There's always something to talk about. The manner in which you talk about it as well is on a different, has its own different line as well. And what I mean by this is a little bit more of, I guess, the pacing, because for me, I just have thought after thought after thought. Well, two reasons behind that. One, I have ADD, so that's kind of just natural to me. Two, it's also a matter of balancing, okay, what do I want to talk about and how am I going to present it, and how are other people going to want to receive, and how are they going to perceive the material I am going to give off to them as well, to be able to better apply all the information that I'm feeding you, in a sense. But it's okay if you don't have thought after thought after thought. It is okay to pace yourself. Your very first live stream, your very first YouTube video, or really any social media content video is gonna be cringy. It's gonna be awkward. My very first one ever was pretty bad. And it is not on this account. It is on a very old account that I lost all my information towards, in which ended up just being deleted for all, which means all the content I created on there goes away. It was pretty bad. I started off actually, I don't think I started off playing video games. I think I personally started off actually trying to make just random montage videos at first. And that was way, way, way before I even realized how to actually start video editing or anything along the lines of that. My very first video I ever posted up, that was probably the most cringeworthy experience I've ever had, was, I think I created it when I was about 13 years old. If anyone doesn't know, I am currently 29. From posting up my very first video, I'm 13, and the amount that I have learned over time to make things more professional, to teach myself how to actually speak and how to actually act in front of a webcam, and basically pretend I'm talking to a group of people, has taken that long. It is not easy. So this didn't just come over, time in a blink of an eye. This took a very long time, many, many years. Some people have it easier. Some people can just go in front of a camera, in front of a microphone, and talk for days. For me, I was very antisocial, but I always wanted to make videos. The problem was I didn't know the right way to interact with anything as well. So it was very, very difficult to do any of that in general. You know, every now and then it does become a little bit more... It does get easier over time. Like everyone says, practice, you know, helps. Practice makes perfect. And it's something, if you really are passionate about doing, you are just going to have to work on it every single day. I understand the fear of public speaking and being in front of a live audience. Doing that in person and doing that online, it did help me get out of my comfort zone, did get me out of that awkward shell. Working in the entertainment industry for many years did allow me to kind of broaden that area as well into being able to just completely get out of my comfort zone and just go up to random people and start talking to them. I know a lot of people don't like to do that, which public speaking online is a little bit easier for people in a sense because you don't actually have to physically see, you know, a ton of faces staring at you. The other issue, however, is online, you're still going down the same path because you are going to be talking to an audience, but now the issue is here's the difference between like live and online. If you're live, people show up. Yeah, there's still that possibility of people just standing up and like walking away, but odds are people won't do that out of respect normally for the person talking, right? Usually that is a little bit easier, so people will be more willing to stay typically, but the problem is for the person actually speaking to the crowd, yeah, you're going to have that nervousness kicking in. You know, you have the basic symptoms like dry throat, you'll have those little coughs and everything like that as well, and you're just going to be very nervous, and I understand that. Whatever that goes from and leaning more towards the online world, it is going to be a little tricky in a sense because now you're reducing that anxiety and fear of not having to see all those people and feel intimidated by it. But now the issue is, how do you entertain the people to stay? Because online, people are more willingly to just leave if they dislike something because they can't be seen. You know, it's a little bit more difficult as well. More people focus on the analytics and more on the statistics and the numbers overall online, which then if they see fluctuate, it can also be a little intimidating for a lot of people. Personally, for me, that's why I always hide the viewers, so I never have to see that, because random anxiety does happen, so I never turn those on. So I always pretend that regardless if I have one viewer or a ton of people, that I'm always talking to a ton of people in general. But online is definitely a lot more difficult because people come and go. People get sidetracked very easily. Being online, we're doing a million things. We're on social media. We're talking to friends. We're working. We're maybe on an online class for school. You know, maybe we get interrupted with like a phone call or something and you step away from here. A lot of alternatives, right? But then, you know, in real life, you have your voice. You don't need to worry about audio quality, really. When you're online, you have to set up everything yourself, which is a little bit more difficult. So you're going to have to set up your audio. You're going to have to make sure it sounds as professional as possible. If you're using video, you got to make that all look crystal clear. In person, you don't have to do that. Online, there's almost just as much work online as there is if you were doing it in person, like public speaking. So take that into consideration. There is just as much work and fear and anxiety doing either or. I know a lot of people think, typically, and I've been hearing this a lot of people think, oh, it's so easy to go online and to just do whatever. Anybody can start, like click a start button and do something, but making it entertaining, whether regardless if you're online or clicking that start button mentally in your head when you're live and public speaking. It's still the same thing. You gotta entertain your listeners. You got to make sure everything you're saying you obviously 100% believe is true and should be true. Have some form of proof that everything you're saying actually, exists. A lot of people just go out of their way and just be like, oh, I'm going to just start talking and have no idea or have any basic idea or format on how anything's going to be laid out, and it's going to be a giant mess. For me, a lot of the talks I do are more quote-unquote improv. I do have notes set aside for me to help me keep on topic. I know my ADD will get the best of me sometimes, depending on the day. So that's why I do my best to try to keep a little bit more organized. However, I do like to keep the improv feel because I don't like setting just very strict notes in front of me, because I feel like that loses, personally for me, more of the freedom of what I'm going to say. It feels too strict. It feels too, it just feels too planned out. For here, I like the feeling of, yeah, there's going to be a little bit of like that tiny little bit of like empty space, because it allows more time for viewers and listeners to feel free to actually get their voices heard as well, especially online, so they can type something, ask questions. So it kind of gives those nice little breaks in between. So, this personally just works for me. It's not going to work for everybody. But public speaking overall, you should learn how to talk to yourself first. Be comfortable with your own voice. I highly recommend everybody just doing that and reminding themselves. And I know a lot of people have a fear of that. They're like, I want to go live. I want to do, all these different things. But, like, do I need a microphone? Do I need video? Depends what you're doing, and depends how badly you want yourself to stand out from the rest of the people who are doing the exact same thing. And I think the only way to stand out is having both. You don't need either or. But if you're doing content creation, at least have like video. You don't need video of yourself, at least of the thing you're doing. You can just show your hands if you're an artist, that whole deal. You guys watch YouTube. You guys know what the deal is. But I do encourage and inspire more people to use their voice more freely. Don't be ashamed and don't be afraid to use your voice and use your voice wisely. My first time doing this, I hated my voice as well. I thought it was very cringy. I didn't know what to talk about. But I wanted to do this, and I wanted to start something that I've never been able to achieve before, and I've never had a successful entertainment like platform, not really a platform, but just an entertainment content creator feel online before. And I'd never had a community of my own or anything like that as well. And it was a goal of mine, and here we are. Finally got to the point where I have a very, very lovely community under JAGZSXE, which I am very, very proud and honored to have as either community members or as friends, depending on how you guys may define your situation between me and you. If you label me as a friend, awesome. I'll always honor and respect that highly. If you only see me as an acquaintance, that is fine. We all need acquaintances because, the more you know, the more people you know, the more opportunity will come your way, because you never know who someone's going to end up being in the long run. But just be friendly to everyone in general. That's another thing. If you are going to do content creation, and if you are specifically for live streamers, respect everybody. I don't care how angry you get, never call out anybody straight out. Drama's gonna happen. It's welcome to the online world. You're just gonna have to put up with it. I do. I deal with it in my own unique way. Some people get annoyed, you know. It's gonna happen. Not everyone's gonna like you. It's okay. If everyone's gonna like you, then the world you wouldn't actually enjoy that. Too many eyes is a little. I don't like too much attention. I'm a very private, personal person in general as well. But talk to your community. You know, treat them with the utmost respect. If you're live on Twitch, talk to your community. If you're live on YouTube, like I am right now, talk to your viewers, talk to your community, talk to your friends, whoever may be online watching you. Have a normal, fluid conversation. It is also a lot easier to talk to people when you have a good friend watching you. That's why, you know, when I was still on Twitch, it was a lot easier for me to do content and to actually do improv comedy work when I had King Orangey working with me, because he's a very close friend of mine I've known for years already. And, you know, we've hung out at shows and stuff, and we've gone to shows and everything together. And, you know, we just work well together. We know how to make each other laugh and everything. So having a good friend with you, or at least having like a family member like watch you, like cheer you on and stuff, like the smallest things, like it truly helps out. So any little thing you can think of that may be able to boost your self-esteem or confidence, use it. You might as well. There's no downside of any of that. Anything that helps you feel a little bit more comfortable, do it. You know, with that being said, I know a lot of people are also like, oh, I don't know, like, I want to do this, but it feels too cringe to send out to my family, or like, what if they don't like the content themselves? You know, family is supposed to be there to support you no matter what. So if they don't think something is appropriate, I guess that's a different story, but they should just be there to support you. If they don't like the content, still support them, because clearly you know the other family, you know, whoever's making the content and, you know, has a passion for what they're doing, and there's a reason why they're doing that work. So just support them along with your friends, and if you have other community members, do your best to support them to the best of your extent and ability as well. It's very important. People try really hard to continue doing these kind of things. And it's not easy to do at all. There's a lot of fear. And I feel like, unfortunately, that's why a lot of people want to live stream. They want to create content online for anybody in whatever shape or form. But the issue is there's a lot of fear mongering going on, and where people are being either bullied, they're being pressured in some weird way, and there's always more negatives that approach someone's mindset on why they shouldn't be going online. Maybe you didn't do well your very first live stream, and you're like, oh, well, you know, I had everything set up, I spent all this money on a beautiful setup, like everything sounds professional, you know, like a high-end like streamer spent thousands of dollars, and nobody showed up. You know why? Because it has nothing to do with how much money you spent. It has to do with how much you spent on you. Not money, time. Time is everything. Money means nothing. Money does not, very little, I can't say it doesn't have a place. It has very little value and place in live streaming or the content you make. Yes, it's going to sound a bit better. It's going to look a bit better through AV work. But everything comes down to you. You make the content. Your microphone doesn't make the content. Your webcam doesn't make the content. You make the content. And that's where a lot of people also struggle with. So that's a factor. But no one's going to do well the first time. And if you do, and if you see that, and I've, you know, I'm not trying to be a hypocrite by any means, but I've been I fell into that category as well, where I went live my very first time on Twitch, and I maybe had like 1 or 2 people watching, and I felt defeated. I couldn't figure out why, like what's going on. It's just, you know, and I always knew to do something different, but you know, there's always, like, once again, everyone's always doing the same thing you're doing in some way, right? So it's like, all right, well, I'm streaming this game for only maybe about like maximum of 2 people, right? I see someone else streaming. I can tell this is the very first time, but they have over 50 plus people. What separates me from that person? I did a background check. They're larger on another platform. Wow, what a surprise. More people know I'm on a platform. They like that entertainer content creator. They're going to follow them to another platform because they want to continue supporting them, or they just, you know, whatever the situation might be. Now, maybe because they've been doing that for years longer than you have. But if you start off on another platform, integrate that onto, for example, Twitch, like I did, you know, you may have a different fluctuation based upon the content you are providing. Once again, being on YouTube, I almost sounded like an old man. Being on YouTube is completely different from being on the Twitch. Yo, what's up, Orangey? What's up, ma'am? I almost said YouTube like Christopher Walken as well. Being on the YouTube, but yeah, YouTube and Twitch are completely separate. One specifically for live streaming, the other one is for pure content creation and video creation. Yes, you can live stream on here. Is it as popular? I don't know. I don't have the statistics. But, you know, I think live streaming is probably the most difficult thing I have ever done online. Making YouTube videos is easy. I don't have to talk to anybody but myself. I don't even really have to talk to myself. I just have to say random nonsense in my microphone as I sometimes deadpan the camera and have a good time, right? Just make it comedic in some way. Whereas live stream, you can't edit anything out. There's a reason why it's called live. So there's more pressure. I feel like it's more anxiety inducing overall, and there's more pressure on the individual to, 1, have higher numbers, 2, how entertaining are you? You always have the anxiety, are people think I'm good enough? Do people like my content? What if people don't like my content? What if people don't like me? What if I don't get affiliated? What if I don't get partnered? You know, there's all these what ifs and why questions, but the people don't ask themselves, what can I do to actually improve? What can I do to not only improve my content, but myself? How can I help myself, like, be more engaging with others and be more engaging with yourself? Because that's how I learned the hard way. I make myself crack up. All right? Has nothing about being egotistical and being self-centered. Is people like it when you make yourself crack up. Yes, it's cheesy, but it gets a smirk on people's faces one way or the other. Good. Totally not taking laws. What are you trying to say? But once again, I think it all boils down to speaking. Just you have to, not that you have to, but I'm a firm believer that you have to really, really be comfortable with your voice first, be comfortable with yourself, understand who you are, and understand what you want to do as a content creator. Breaking, not talking, or taking. Ah, gotcha. And, you know, because if you can conquer the fear of public speaking, you will be set. it won't even matter what you play online anymore. If all you do is play games and you just can't figure out how to separate yourself from the millions of other people who are doing the exact same thing as you, and let's be honest, may be doing significantly better because they've had more time or they have a following on another platform. Speaking and knowing how to speak correctly can help you so much more to stand out from everybody else, because then it's more centralized on you and not the game. Make that happen. Make it about you as a content creator, not about the game or the games that you play. It helps. If you have a fear of talking, there's programs out there that help with that. I think one's called, what is it? What's it called? Like Toast? I think it's called. I think there's one out there called like Toastmasters, I think it's called. I tried that for a little bit. I do not like it. It helps for some people. But what I've learned is I pull up OBS and I just go for it, right? You don't even need to go live. Just click record and just have a conversation with yourself on a topic you already know very well. And just see how that goes and keep on doing it, and then eventually you'll be fine. Some people talk in front of a mirror. That's not something I can do because I find that personally very awkward. What's up, Orangey? What's up, buddy? What's going on? You know, there's so many different ways to prepare yourself mentally and physically on how to, and it doesn't even need to get as far as public speaking, but I label this as what I'm doing as public speaking because it's a little bit more, you're still talking to an audience, right? Even if you have one person show up live for your actual like public speaking, that's a lot more pressure. A one-on-one, that's a lot of pressure. I'd much rather have a wider audience of people, because your brain's not gonna focus on every individual person and you know what like facial like gestures or anything they're gonna be making, right? If you have a one-on-one and if that one person decides to get up and leave, that hurts. But if you have a group of 100 people and maybe say like 1 or 2 people stand up and leave, it's not that bad. It may be a little weird, but notice you still have 98 people who are there and you're not looking at them individually and anything like that to kind of, you know, keep that mindset. It helps. A one-on-one is harder. Talking to more people will be easier for everybody, especially online. A lot of people think it's easier one-on-one online. I think that's actually a little bit harder. If it's a good friend, then yeah, you can keep the flow going. But if it's someone you don't know, how are you going to keep that conversation? How well do you know each other? Can you keep that conversation at a constant flow with the other person to keep their, you know, level of entertainment at bay? Before the invention of modern false teeth, dentures were commonly made from the teeth of dead soldiers. That is true. Gross, but true. So if you do want to know, however, more on different key points on public speaking, let me know, because I do teach about that. I do talk about that quite a lot. Like I said, talking to yourself helps out a ton. If you don't know what to talk about, if you're playing a video game, talk about the game. If you don't know what to talk about and you're making art, well, it should be obvious. Talk about the art you're making, or talk about other pieces you've made or other pieces you want to make. Get people inspired to ask you to make something random. Ask why they would want you to make that. What inspires them that they want you to make a certain piece. There's a lot of things. Just ask questions. And if no one's really, you know, say if like only one person's there, still ask their interest too. Talk about other people. People love talking about themselves. All right? I'm kind of the weird one because I don't like talking about myself that much. I try to stay away from it because it makes me feel self-centered, and I don't ever want to be that way, so that's why I typically try not to talk about myself, or at least I try to limit it as much as humanly possible. Speaking of art, yes. But yeah, always ask questions to anyone who is watching. If there is no one watching, that's also a great thing as well to do, is talk about things people just generally like, right? Even if you don't know anything about it, and this is something I've actually done before in the past, where I didn't have like anyone watching at a point in time when I was on a platform. I'm not gonna say which one because it doesn't matter, because I'm here now. But no one was watching, and I originally had a conversation with myself about music, and I was just talking about different. I think it was just different like genres that applied more so to specific states, and why the states actually appreciate the genres more, because I work in the entertainment industry. That's just a topic that, you know, fascinates me. So I started talking about that. As people started hopping in, they're like, oh yeah, my state like loves this genre. So then we start talking about like the different artists in that genre and so on and so forth, and it just sparked a good conversation. So anything helps. You don't even have to talk well. Just ask questions. It doesn't even matter if you're asking yourself questions. Someone will be like, are you talking to yourself? And be like, yeah, I'm just curious about this. And then they're like, well, why'd you ask yourself that? I'm like, well, you heard it. Now they're going to be like, well, people are always willing to put their input on everything, because welcome to reality. People will say anything regardless of how much they are knowledgeable or clearly not on a topic. Look at what's been happening with the pandemic, for example, right? Look what's been happening with, well, literally everything in the world. People think they know everything, so clearly they're going to put an input on something. They may be right. Keyword is may. I don't know. Not yet, at least. What's a turkey's favorite food? Are you here? Wait. Are you here or are you there at home? What do you want about? Clearly I'm home. Can't you see my beautiful background? My beautiful headphones that are like teddy bears, like kissing my ears. That's not how they do it, but bears can be freaks. A turkey's favorite food? A peach cobbler or a peach gobbler? Sorry. That was probably the most dad joke I have probably said in quite some time. I'm sure King Orangey can one up me in dad jokes. He usually can. But going back on topic here. Another thing to overcome stage fright here a little bit more. Just get used to seeing yourself also if you're using a webcam. A lot of people don't understand, based upon the lens, based upon the quality of the webcam or the camera they may be using for video capture, obscures their image. This is the closest I can personally find is what I look like in real life. It does have a wide angle lens, but it also has a nice little bit of compression, so like I do look like this. I am skinny by nature, and it captures all the details the best specifically for me. Are there other more expensive ones that can do the same? Sure, but why would I spend that much money when I can only spend $99 to get this? And I'm fine with it, and I love it, and I probably wouldn't change it. Not for a while, at least until I can actually upgrade, which I personally would want to, because I'm a huge video nerd, and I love everything video. 90% of my messages are comments towards the moment and make no sense 5 minutes later. Oh. Well, that explains a little bit more now, doesn't it? You know, stage fright is not going to something, and especially public speaking, it's not something people are going to overcome in a day. You're simply not. Okay, from everybody who is here watching, do you feel, as of right now, regardless of how long you've been making content or live streaming, do you feel 100% comfortable doing what you're doing right now, regardless of what kind of content it is online? Do you feel 100% comfortable with talking or putting out content out there, or the quality you make? And I'm curious to hear, because I think, and if not, what is the percentage you think you are currently at right now? And where you're at live time as we speak. Because for me, I'm nowhere near 100%. 50-50? Alright. And if you do also have a basic understanding of where you think you are percentage-wise, why do you think you're up to that point, and what do you think it is that you personally may need to work with yourself to increase that percentage to where you would like it to be? Because the more we discuss this, the more we can kind of start defining a little bit more and like, all right, well, these are the steps that I personally would like to take to achieve there. Maybe other people are going to relate to that, and usually... Alright, so based upon the content you are currently creating, regardless of social media platform, or if it's YouTube, or if you are a live streamer in general, what percentage do you think you are currently at on how comfortable you are doing what you are doing as of right now? Do you think you're at 100%? Do you think you're at 30%? Do you think you're literally meeting halfway, like King Orangey mentioned? And after you state that, why do you think you're only at that percentage? What do you think is keeping you, as of right now, to get you mentally to think, to get that number increasing gradually? Depends on my mood sometimes. I'm pretty comfortable. Some days I feel really awkward. Okay. And that I can definitely understand. That is something I personally, well, obviously, as you know, Orangey, that fluctuates a lot for me. I think with that, just if you don't feel comfortable recording something like a certain day, I understand how desperately, as content creators and entertainers as we all are in here, on how badly we want to get content out there for other people to watch. You know, it's fun, it's enjoyable, but if you're not feeling it, you gotta remind yourself there is no reason and there is no pressure on you just not doing it. Or you can just straight up attempt it and everything could usually be fixed in video editing, but if you don't feel like doing something that day, and if you're not feeling inspired, don't do it. You know, there's nothing stopping you from just saying, you know what, just not today. Or maybe if it's not a talking day, maybe just capture A or B roll if you're filming. You know, if you're building a car, for example, for King Orangey, since he custom builds and builds different cars for like racing and stuff like that, which I personally think is pretty cool because I know nothing about that. So, where I get my education from. But you know, if you don't feel comfortable like talking or anything like that, if you don't really feel like inspired to do much, getting A and B roll on footage on car, regardless if it's just like a nice clean slide or if it's some shots of different pieces you just installed, you know, you can do that as well. There's nothing wrong with that. Maybe you're just like plan out like, yeah, you have your build, but like just do B-rolls for one day. But then the next day, if you're feeling more inspired, then you can do more audio based to be like, all right, these are all the things we put in the car. This is how we assembled them. This is why we assembled it in the manner we did, etc., etc. You know, whatever's just easier for you, but just note you don't have to do everything in one day. We can separate things a little bit more once it comes to videography and filming. So sometimes it's better to get, you know, your A and B roll out of the way. If you don't feel like doing that and you're more willing to do talking, do that first and do the B-roll later. There's no reason why you can't do anything out of order. Because once it comes to video editing, you're going to edit everything in the manner that you want to, regardless of how you filmed it anyways. So, you know, pick and choose. But I depend on my moods. I read that. Okay, yeah. Fat Squatch, the best thing I did for myself was to create a process and schedule that I knew would not burn me out. Yes, that is also extremely important and something I have learned the hard way over time. This is the one thing that honestly pisses me off the most about a lot of online content creators and live streamers. Not all of them, but there's a lot out there. You know who you are. It's a lot of people. It's not specific to like one place. It's out of like the millions of people who do the exact same thing. You do not have to post up a video on YouTube every single day. You do not have to live stream every single day either in order to gain attention, to meet any form of an algorithm, and to get the meta and everything for the analytics and statistics for any platform to notice you. It's about the quality of your videos, and that's it. Take time in your videos. The more videos you pump out, the less your quality is going to be. Okay? It's going to happen. Because that's where burnout, if you're starting to experience burnout, your quality is going to drop significantly. You want your analytics to go up. You don't want them to fluctuate like that. Or better yet, just to be, you know, you're lucky if you break even. But if you start seeing that downward slope on that graph, you know you're doing something wrong. Think to yourself, what am I doing wrong? Why are the numbers decreasing? What could I have done to improve the video? How was I feeling this day? People don't ask that enough. How were you feeling that day? Were you feeling good? Were you feeling inspired? If not, you know, it's not bad. Just what can we do to improve that for next time so we can get all that energy into the video? And if you have to take a couple of days to do it, then so be it. What's stopping you? You know, if you have a set schedule, I know that's a different thing because then people expect, right? But as human beings, your schedule is going to change. That's life. My schedule didn't stay the same. Hell, this is the first time in the longest time I've actually had a actual said schedule. But consistency is not always key. Your mindset is what is key. Make the videos when you are able to and when you are in a good mood and inspired. If that is every single day, then good on you, and I am jealous of you. If you have that amount of free time too, because this is what you devoted your time to, awesome, go for it. Keep on the grind if that's what you want. But just note, there's nothing holding you back from taking a break to make something better. What does it matter? And if you're a larger live streamer, that's a different story. If you're like Markiplier status or like PewDiePie or JAGZSXE or any of those guys, I mean, they can pretty much post up whenever they want because people will always watch, right? But they consistently do have their schedules and how they post up, and generally, yes, they do post up almost every, if not every single day, because that is their job, and they know they make their money off of that based upon ad revenue and promotions and everything through third-party companies and other businesses and whatnot. If you're a small streamer, you don't have to worry about that. If you're a small YouTuber and make YouTube videos and you're only maybe at where I am, don't worry about it. It's fine. You know? But if you do have a schedule and you make a this is where everything separates. Promises. Don't make promises you can't keep, all right? If you say, hey, I promise I'm gonna do this, I just don't know when it's gonna get out, just as long as you do it, you're fine. But if you're gonna say, hey, like if I were to say like, oh, hey, tomorrow's like my second day off of work, I'm gonna go ahead and I promise to get like Too Much Tuna Part 2 out to you. That's not gonna happen. All right? I'm tired. I'm taking a break tomorrow. I don't even know if I'm gonna, I mean, I'll be online tomorrow because my wife's gonna be at work, but you know, I'm gonna be chilling out here. But if she wasn't at work, then I wouldn't be online. I'll be out and about and living my own damn life, right? But don't make promises you can't keep. That's where a lot of people have major conflicts with the content creator. Having a set schedule is one thing, and you know there's going to be discrepancies on your schedule. Hey, a spam risk from New Jersey is calling. I don't have any friends in New Jersey, and I don't know anyone from New Jersey, so stop calling me. But yeah, just it should be pretty common sense. Don't make promises you can't keep. You're going to make a promise to your community on when a video is going to come out. They're going to expect it to come out on that day. If it doesn't come out on that day, well, they may get a little pissed off. Just going to be honest. Would I get pissed off? No. Because I understand things happen. But people online also expect way too much from content creators and live streamers. Stop pressuring content creators and live streamers. We are also human beings. We bleed the same color you do. We get tired. We have anxiety. All of us have anxiety issues. Every human being does. We have lives and we have things that just happen spontaneously that are out of our control. We have lives we need to live. Stop putting so much pressure on content creators and let them post up when they feel comfortable. Okay? You know, and understand that things are going to change and be accepting and willing to change and to understand change. It's going to happen. Doesn't matter if you like it or not. It's going to happen. Get over it. And what I mean is something as simple as when Markiplier like moved the very first time and he had a different background. People got so upset. Okay, what? If that's what you're going to get upset about, you are probably living the worst and most stressful life ever. That means every time you are in a different environment, or every time you move, you're going to be flipping shit 24/7. Tell me I'm wrong. And if you're not, then why are you so upset about someone else that you don't know that is moving, right? Every time I moved, people have been stoked. They're like, dude, good for you. You're progressing in life. Like, all right, good. And I'm like, huh, thank you. Right? Stay humble. And always give a good kudos to people who are succeeding in their own lives. Please, give them praise. People don't get enough positive reinforcement at all. Positive reinforcement is it's a huge necessity, okay? People strive off that. It'll make their day so much better. Or just a nice little compliment is, you know, nice to people too. You don't have to do it every single day. Just, you know, once in a blue moon or when you hear good news. But then it also goes from things like that to, you know, a rebrand or if you like, even like if you switched out like merch and stuff like that, like people are like, oh, I like the older stuff better. Okay, but that was the old stuff. We have new stuff. I don't want the new stuff. Only they don't have to buy it. Other people will end up buying it, right? This doesn't apply to me. No one buys my merch. I forget I have merch. But I don't really focus on that because that's not how I make my money. I make my money by my brand new full-time job that I work 40 plus hours a week. But that's just my life because that's how I choose it to be. Keynote to a lot of live streamers and content creators starting off. If you are literally on day one, do not quit your daytime job. And if you don't have one, then I go find one. Get a job. Build your resumes. It doesn't have to be a standard, you know, job, or no, there's no such thing as a standard job. Cashier, being a cashier is not a standard low-class job. Without cashiers, companies would never make money and they would never be able to actually sell their products. You are everything to them. Without you, there is no business. Good on my cashiers out there and good on to the people on the front line and any kind of market like that. That's it. Only 40 hours a week. Dude, that's all I can do as of right now. And plus, that's all they will allow. And plus, that's what I'm fine with because, you know, I want at least 2 days off. Start your businesses or sell my service. Yeah. Exactly. And if you don't want to get a full-time job or a part-time job, come talk to me. I'll teach you how to start up your own business, your own startup business for basically nothing. I won't charge you for it. Not yet. If you get too advanced, then yes, I will. But if you want a basic understanding of, hey, I want to start up this business, how do I go about it? Or if you already got your license and you don't know where to start, I'll mentor you. Okay? Don't feel afraid to ask. Okay? If I say no, I don't have time, don't freak out about it. But if I do, hey, I can help you when I can, yeah, that's fine. Research. An affiliate program? Yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah. You have your own business and like company and stuff out now. I know not too long ago you sent me your link for that. I still have all that information on my end too, which kudos to you, man. Congratulations on the business. Another thing for live streaming and content creation. Time management. Thank you very much. How much time are you able to put into your content? How much time are you able to put into planning out the content? How are you planning out the content? How is it conflictive or just conflicting overall with your everyday life schedule? Have a schedule. It helps. It does. Time management is one of the most difficult things ever. If you are a business owner, you know this. If you are literally, if for anybody who also has a job, you know this. Okay? If you're a stay-at-home person, if you're a parent, you know this very well. Pretty much we should all know this. The only time I think someone really doesn't have a basic concept of time management are people who literally do absolute nothing. And even then, like, if you're just like sitting on your ass all day and like doing whatever, you know, I guess that's a different story. But mass majority of people, we know time management, it sucks, but you have to do it. And if you don't, life will be so complicated. We have smartphones. What do we have on our smartphones? Let me pull that up for you. It is called a calendar.
Or you can just buy one at like a market for like $1 or however they sell it for. I don't know anymore. Do people still have like physical calendars anymore? I'm sure they do. But we have smartphones. Use your calendar. You can set reminders on your phone, set alarms. We have the technology. So there's literally zero excuse for anyone to say why they can't remember something. Zero excuse. Things change. I get it. And things will alter based upon time to time. But at least you'll still remember said thing was supposed to happen or that you were supposed to go to. I do, but I'm old-fashioned. I have some. I don't remember the last time I even had one. Now coming soon, JAGZSXE calendars. Learn time management. Okay? JAGZSXE calendars. Coming soon to a theater near you. Why? Because even theater have set times. So you know how to plan your time to continue to stuff your face with garbage, delicious garbage, sit on your butt, and enjoy a good movie. Okay? Are they actually going to be coming soon? Probably not. Show me a back order, then I'll do it. A ton of pre-orders. No one would ever do that. Don't sell. Don't sell. Don't. Terrible advice. Just don't sell. If you have a business, stop selling. There's no reason. You don't need money. But that's another thing people, I honestly think, set people away as well, and very minimal. But not everyone, I can't say that. A lot of people think they need a merch store when they first start up as well. Nope. People don't know who you are yet. Why are you setting up a merch store? I hate to be this guy, but are there enough people that give a shit about you to buy your merch? If the answer is yes, then it should be common sense. If no one knows who you are and you have a merch store and it's your very first time live streaming, nobody's going to buy your stuff. And if they do, you're a lucky SOB. You got something. You got some charisma and charm that I am also very jealous of. I'd buy some, but yet again, half of it might be my art. Nah. If it was gonna be artwork, if we were to actually have, like, different things... I've been learning how to make art now. Your stuff is still significantly better than mine will ever be. But you may see some if that ever happens. On that note, has anyone bought your merch, Jags? The new stuff? No. And do I care? No. If you want one, buy at your own risk. Financially. Some people are like, oh, it's too expensive. Then don't buy it. I don't care. Your money. If you buy it, cool. Thanks for supporting. If you don't buy it, cool. You're an individual who wants to save their money to continue living or to get other things that are more meaningful to you. What a surprise. Why do you think I don't go ahead and just buy random merch for, like, random people that I follow? I don't got the money for that. Don't get me wrong. Yes, I do buy Gang Grumps merch, and I have a new piece actually coming on the way for Aaron Hansen's audio book that he just released. But that's besides the point. They kept myself and my wife laughing for the entire time of the pandemic and onwards. So I'm gonna support my boys in there. That's a different story. But I'm also a huge believer in helping people, like, save money and to get out of debt and stuff, which I teach people over at On the Edge with Jags, which you can now go follow online on YouTube. Type in On the Edge with Jags. I could send you the link, but I don't have 100 followers or subscribers yet on there. And until we do, then I'll actually get a normal perma link, which you guys can find it easier. But until then, you need to subscribe in order for me to get that. And if you don't subscribe, that's fine. That's just where the sentence ends. That's fine. You do you. Some people don't like the cool edumacations. Sometimes I don't want to learn how to be teached. It's fine. But, you know, it's... Time management is so unbelievably important in everything you do. Is it bad I want 100 subs purely for the link? That's the only reason why I want 100 subs as well. I don't want it actually for, like, you know, because I feel like I'm, like, progressing in the world. I just want that link so people can actually find it easier. You know? If I have more subscribers on there, cool. But I want people to just to find it easier. You know how annoying it is to type http://www.youtube.com/x135 squiggle 5 exclamation points the minus sign VXWRT capital S and then a ton of like angry emojis. You know how annoying that is to remember? I forgot what I already said. That proves it's, you know. So go on and follow On the Edge with Jags right now so I can actually help people find the link. It's not actually to help me get to 100 subscribers, but if you do that, still thank you. But help other people find the link so they too can be edumacated. Okay? Please and thank you. And if you don't do that, thank you. I guess. Yeah. But, you know, everything's important, right? Everything we do is important. Every decision we make is important. Out of curiosity, for you guys watching right now, what is one piece of advice you would give, like, if you had to state it yourself? Someone is a brand new content creator and or live streamer. What is one piece of advice that you would give to somebody that you think would be the most beneficial to helping them mentally prepare for their very first time on stream? What would you say? And then we'll kind of talk about that a little bit more as well, because this also comes down with communication, how you word things, and how you help out other people. And I know we did that to a point where the show used to help other people with their content creative work and everything. I may go back to that a little bit. I may continue doing that a little bit more as well every now and then. If anything, there'll probably be more of live streams, and maybe if I feel like it, edit it out to make more like YouTube shorts and different stuff like that, or just other videos in general. If that doesn't happen, then you get another live stream. If it does happen, then congratulations, you got more videos on something you have probably already watched. And if you didn't watch it, then congratulations, you get to see the highlights and snippets of something you completely missed out on because you were busy with your life and succeeding in life in some way, hopefully. I know you are. Stop thinking so down on yourself. You're awesome, okay? Good for you. Shut up and move on with doing what you do. Shut up and have fun. There's my piece of advice. STFU. Record, have the time of your life, have an awesome time playing your favorite video game or games. Screw what other people think. but always be kind to people. I like that. I like that mentality. That's pretty much where I'm at right now. But I tell everyone, like, just shut the fuck up and have fun with me, okay? I don't know what that means. Because in a sense, that's telling me to also, like, shut the hell up as well. And I'll be like, oh, geez, he's aggressive. It's tired. Have fun with yourself. I'm not even gonna get there. And your viewers, create ways to engage them and for the stream. Okay. Orangey. Didn't mean to say your name, but hello again. Fat Squatch. If someone were to come to you and reply back to you, what's the right way to engage? Like, how do I engage? What's the right way to engage? You know, have you ever had anyone coming up to you on your live streams and be like, hey, what's the best way? I mean, unfortunately, there's always these people who be like, what's the best way to gain more subscribers? Be entertaining. How do I do that? You better figure that out if you want viewers and if you want subscribers. That's all on you. I can't tell you how to be you. And if that's the case, I should be you, which I never would want to be, because, well, I want to be me. Screw that. But I do agree. I do agree with these statements. I also I highly agree with both, but I really, really like Kai's one is just shut up and move on doing what you enjoy regardless of statistics. And shut up and have fun. I love that. It's gonna be the new JAGZSXE slogan. Shut up and have fun. Fantastic. Put that fear mongering in their souls. Shut up, have fun, love yourself. And if you don't, well, at least have fun with yourself. And your viewers. And yourself. You can get creepy with it. That's fine. Yes, love that. Shut up and have fun. It's beyond brilliant. It really is. Oh, that's so funny. You know, I understand why people want their viewers. I understand why people want the subscribers. But, like, why is this the go-to for people to be like... A lot of people say, I'm on here because I want the subscribers so I can start making money. Okay, sure, whatever. Everyone likes money. There's no harm in that. Other people be like, I want to be affiliated or partnered with whatever platform because I want to, I want to reach out to a wider audience. That's all on you. And word of mouth. Has nothing to do with anything else. That's just my opinion. It's like making a business too. You don't just create a business and then, because like some people like, you have like some like customers, you're just like, oh, it's just going to continue growing from there. Well, not how it works. You know where I'm going with this, everybody? If you are going to take live streaming content creation that serious, it is a business. You need to know time management. You need to make a schedule. You've got to expect the unexpected, and you are on the internet, so get ready for a lot of weird stuff, but more so than in real life, I suppose. I started out just by playing my game and sharing battles. Yeah, that is very, very true. There's so many different ways to get started. So many different ways, but everyone has the wrong concept and the wrong mindset of how to do any of this. One, why do we care so much? All right? Why do we care about the numbers? How is it really affecting us? Is it only because you want the subscribers and you want the viewers? Yes. Let's be honest. All right? We do. I admit it for myself. It would be nice. Is it going to happen? Maybe. Am I good enough yet? Pfft, hell no. You kidding me? You think I'm still happy with like... Well, I mean, I am happy. Don't get me wrong. But do you think I'm at 100% with how I am performing all this? No. I don't think I'll ever get to 100%. I don't think it's possible. I don't think any content creator is ever really with themselves personally at 100%. They can always get a little bit closer, but it kind of goes more along the lines of, in your own sense, are you satisfied with it or are you not? And I don't think a video is ever really like 100%. There's always something you can do better, but this is a form of art as well. Content creation and live streaming is an art form. It is not easy. You have to sell yourself in order to get people interested. And you literally do have to sell yourself, okay? Because how are you going to make yourself stand out to everybody else who's way above you already or have been doing this for a little bit longer? How are you going to make yourself stand out from them? Why? Like, how are you going to take these? Maybe it's not the same audience, but how are you going to capture an audience's attention and keep that going on and on and on? And like I said, the same thing goes for a business, because this is basically, it has to be treated as a business. And I don't care if people say otherwise. You are treating this as a business. If you want views, if you want subscribers, if you want to start making money on YouTube or on Twitch or any platform like that, you have to treat it as a business. But you have to treat it as a business in a sense of your time management and planning. Do not go live and treat everything as a business, though. When you're live, you have fun, right? The business is you're planning. What video am I going to make today? What live stream am I going to do today? What game am I going to play? Plan everything out. Your time management is very important. Have a schedule. That is very helpful as well. Who am I going to be doing the video with, or am I doing it myself? If I am live streaming on Twitch, am I going to do certain points on there in order to make snippets for YouTube and other social media platforms? Leaning into that, if you have other social media platforms, as we all know, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, it doesn't even matter what platform it is. They all do the same thing, right? In some way, shape, or form. So we take all these little snippets of everything and we post up to other platforms, but we also manage the other platforms as well. You are managing anything. You are and have officially started up your own business on your end. When you are live, it is time for you to have fun with your audience. And that's what the audience wants. Audience won't always get what they ask for. Not possible. It will happen, every now and then. Just depends if it works with the content creator, so on and so forth. But, having a good interaction between you as a content creator and with your lovelies that are the community. They want to have fun. They want to laugh with you. They want to be a part of your streams. Okay? And that doesn't mean if you're playing a game with like a crew that they have to be in the game with you. No, be interactive, be as social as humanly possible while you're playing the games. I know it's difficult. Reading chat, it can be difficult as well if there's a lot of people. Some people get annoyed at that. Just be happy the person's streaming and you got to enjoy the content. If it's someone you really, really like watching. Like I said, it takes a lot of time to do this stuff. It's not easy. People think, oh, all you do is like click record or click live, and then like it's just that. You're insane if you think it's that easy. Not that easy. Okay? And even if you did, you better have something on the spot. That's what I do. I click live, but I already have an idea of what I want to do beforehand, typically. I say typically because, let's be honest, there's a lot of times when I went on Twitch, when we were still on Twitch, where I'd be like, I have no idea what we're doing today. It happens. But that's from me. Shouldn't be for you, but it happened to me. So plan. Do your research and development as well, because that will help you and help your community be better equipped with what the hell you're actually doing today. If no one knows what you're going to do that day beforehand, why are they going to care about joining your live streams or joining or even watching your, well, I guess video is a little bit different, because if it's edited out and they post it up, then they're just going to have to wait. So specifically more geared towards your live streams. Plan it out. If you can, let people know what it's about at least an hour or so beforehand, if like you did, well, what I did today. Or just sometime in advance in general, so more people are aware of it. This was a last minute thing in general for me, but you know, I do what I wanna. It's my day off. I'm tired. No, I wanted to be on here to talk with you guys, to educate more people about things like this. But from a show of hands on here, do any of you guys still have stage fright when you are going live or when you are recording videos for YouTube or any other platform? Do you guys still get nervous? And I guarantee the answer in some way is still yes. I believe everyone's still a little bit nervous. You get that little you get like little butterflies in your stomach typically, or you're just like, oh, okay. Even if it's that like excitement doing something still has a little bit of like anxiety / nerve feeling. But do you guys still get nervous? Do you get nervous making videos? Do you nervous posting videos? Do you get nervous live streaming? In any way, shape, or form. And if you don't get nervous, kudos to you. What do you feel before you start streaming? Do you feel pumped up for it? Do you get yourself like really, really boosted up in a sense? Have you ever had moments where you're about to go live and a random thing of anxiety hit you? Be like, what if today doesn't go well? Like what, you know, have you ever had moments like that? I am good now because I don't care. Good mindset to have. Kind of totally for a bad reason. I'm having fun, maybe nerves with the technology thing I understand. Yeah, we all know about technical difficulties. For me, forgetting to turn on my audio interface, for the audio just in general not working, for the computer acting up, for software acting up, for things just constantly crashing, you name it. I've done it all. But, and being nervous is okay. If you are nervous about streaming or making a video, that's good. Use those nerves to your own benefits. It does come in handy. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna grab a water real quick, and I will BRB. But when I do come back, want to have more of a discussion along the lines of every time you live stream or every time you post out a new video in general, what do you do to get prepared before your video? Do you have like kind of like a spiritual thing you do beforehand? Do you have the way to mentally and or physically prepare yourself before the video to do and to get the best results that you are looking for? I will be right back, and I want to see what you guys have to say about that. Well, I thought we had water bottles and we didn't, so instead I'm gonna have a gigantic jug of water. I know I probably shouldn't be drinking. Well, I mean, I can. It's mine. I bought it, but still. I don't know why I still have headphones on. I can literally just have my music playing on in the background while I do this live stream. Ground for now. I'm having fun. Kind of. Okay. I was completely all caught up with comments and everything here. Now, besides that question I had before, I think I also want to lean a little bit more into the fact of why do you guys, like, when you guys were nervous getting, like, started, like, not, like, your very first time, but when you are still, like, having those nerves, what are some things that were running, like, through your mind when you were, like, really nervous? Was it about how many viewers you would have? Like, how well the video would do? How many people would be talking to you? You know, was it more personal along the lines of, you know, am I doing a good enough job on the video or the live stream? Were there anything along the line of that was kind of like keeping you away from doing a live stream at any point in time, or anything along the lines of that? And yes, I have food because low blood sugar is great. Plus, normally, as of like right now, would be my lunchtime during work anyway, so I think I just kind of have it already. But, you know, I think if anyone is going to be typing that out, I don't know. But I think what the whole situation is, I think what it comes down to, stage fright, is people pressure other people too much, and we pressure ourselves way too much as well. We always feel like there's so much more being demanded from us that it tends to kind of, we tend to like stray away from the path that we were originally supposed to be on. You know, if you're just starting off, don't take it that seriously. And really, what I mean by, and when you get larger, I don't mean like don't ever take it seriously, but like don't see it as like a life or death situation. It seems like a lot of people see it that way, that they're like, oh, it needs to be done this way. Like you need to do this, you need to do that. There's no right way to do anything on here. It's just a matter of what you are able to provide and when you're able to provide and how much you are able to personally provide during that specific time frame and when you are creating your content. That's why I also think like a lot of it is based upon either some form of monetary value, or typically people who are just, they really want to just be accepted. And I think that's what a lot of it also comes down to, as well, is a lot of people want the views, a lot of people want the subscriptions, but they want that positive reinforcement back on, I'm doing a good job, people are enjoying my content, and this makes me feel good about myself. I think that's what it boils down to. And feel free to, disagree, but I think a lot of this has to do with self-validation, for individuals in general. Be like, I need people to like my stuff. I want to be accepted. I want people to understand that, like, I take this seriously and I can stand out from the norm. Problem is, once again, I understand that's also easier said than done because we're all doing the same thing, right? But it's just, what are we doing to make it different? Why is it that someone else on YouTube live streaming or making a YouTube video talking about the exact same thing I can be talking about right now and have thousands of views, where this one may, get like, I don't know, 20, for example. I don't know how much it's going to get until I'm actually done. But, like, why is that? They probably have a larger following, for starters. They've probably been doing this longer. They probably have a fan base somewhere else if they were fairly new on here. Maybe they click better with other people. I have no idea. There's a lot of variables. Stop comparing yourself to other content creators. And stop seeing their success as a flaw to yourself. You cannot compare yourself to others, ever. Oh, geez, hold on a second. What is that? All right, there we go. But that is my number one thing I would say. Personally, for me, what I would tell people as one of the main pieces of advice if they are streaming and it's their first time, do not compare yourself and your success to other people's success. We all work differently. Do not be upset by it. If anything, be encouraged by it. What are they doing that you may be able to benefit from? Don't do the exact same thing they're doing. By all means, because then why would people watch you, when they can just continue watching what they already have been? Be unique. Be inspired. Be creative. And worry about your own success. And it may go slow. It's going to happen. It may go slow. It may blow up. But you never know until you keep on doing it. It may take a while. You know, there's some people on Twitch who have been on there for 5-6 years and complain about not being affiliated still. It happens. It does happen. But that can vary because, you know, if you start off on another platform, it's easier in a sense. And if you're just starting off on there, there's no... Twitch doesn't have an algorithm to like push your content out there. People just have to find it or word of mouth or something. So it can be difficult. It may take some years for people to even get like, you know, even a decent amount of like views or followers. It happens. Same thing with YouTube. You know, not everyone's gonna like your content, which is fine. Not everybody's gonna find it. A lot of people are busy in general. But you gotta be okay with giving things time. I know there might also be a lot of people be like, oh, Jags, like, easier for you because you got affiliation in, like, on Twitch when you were on there within the first week. Because I started off on YouTube. And before that, I started off on YouNow. I went through 2 different platforms to barely scratch the surface. Hello! Welcome. Welcome to the live stream. Jevni? I don't know how to pronounce your name. I like Jevni. That sounds cool. I don't know why, but I like it. But I've had and heard people tell me, they're like, oh, you were able to do this. I'm like, you know how long it actually took me to even be on Twitch? I originally was never supposed to be on Twitch. I think the only reason why I did it is because some community members wanted me to. So I said, okay. Or maybe just like... I think that's what it was. I think someone's like, hey, it would be really like cool if you went on Twitch. I'm like, all right, I'll start going live on Twitch. You know, we did that for a good like 2 years and I had more than a blast doing it. I guess I got lucky then because I had no pre-existing experience on another platform. Well, like I said, everyone's situation's a little bit like differently, but you got your own start because you had, you know, your own path, that unique path that just ended up working very well. Not that it's impossible, it's just, you know, usually I think it's a little bit rarer for people who to just start and to see a rapid, you know, increase in their growth for, regardless if it's analytical, statistical, or just overall, just, you know, basic standard growth. But like I said, everyone works differently on their content creation. Everyone is going to have a different time frame. It's always going to be slightly different. So, like I said, it fluctuates. And don't get me wrong, I've seen some people as well who've had no association at all on any other platform. They were not bigger on anything on any other platform. And within their first week, they blew up and they were on Twitch for maybe a total of a month and have already been partnered. I've seen it. I don't understand it, but I've seen it. Good on them. You know? At a point in time, you know, not to be a hypocrite, but, you know, and I'm actually not, I don't know why I said that, but not to be hypocritical, I should have said. But, you know, when I was originally on Twitch, I did see it that way. I was like, none of this makes any sense. But now that I see it, and it's like, you know what? Good for them. They found something that works for them. They're being successful in their own way doing it. They're happy with what they're doing. That's all that matters. But the problem is a lot of small streamers are just never happy because they don't have enough viewers. They don't have enough subscribers. They don't have enough people to like talk to. Why can't you just be happy for you? If people aren't in there, you're not in there for other people's happiness, really. You're starting off on there because you want to create content that makes you happy, and then to eventually share that connection with other people who have the same passion and interest as you, and then you gain friendships and community members that way, and then that continues, and you continue making new awesome friends and so on and so forth, right? You start off for you, and then you just build a connection with your community, and that should be ongoing until you decide to stop making content, which was up to you on what you decide to do, obviously. Don't let other people tell you otherwise. You guys have heard this so many times all before. Do not be, or never feel pressured to join or scam to join Discord servers that will help you boost your viewers or subscribers on any platform. You will mainly find this by people spamming you with Discord invites to their server. They do not care about you. They care about themselves. And if that's not the case, that's how the server is going to end up being in the long run. People will only post up their own stuff for self-promo, and very rarely will ever go out of the way to help out other people because of some kind of excuse. Don't do it. It is a waste of your time and pretty much a waste of everybody's time. How's it going to benefit you? If you think, if your first answer is that question, is like, how the hell is this going to help me? Good on you for thinking that, because odds are you should be thinking that way. Very rarely I've ever seen anything like that help. If someone says they can make you successful and get you 1,000 subscribers in less than a month, that is a scam. For anyone who for some reason may not be aware. Hey, I can help advertise and promote your YouTube video for you. Scam. You don't have money. Why else would you be a YouTuber? Or a live streamer? Unless you already had like a full-time job and you're already like filthy rich or something. I don't know. You're not rich when you're on like YouTube or, you know, live streaming if it's your first time. And if you are, it's because you were already successful on another job you did before then. Or if you've already been on there for like years and been growing yourself and your brand for God knows how long, and people adore you and basically worship you in a weird way. It happens. We've seen it. For some of your guys' like favorite content creators, have you seen it like, regardless of its, you know, if it's video wise on YouTube or if it's live streaming, your favorite ones? Let's say they're local, not the larger ones, but like the local ones. Have you seen progression in their content? So basically, have you at all noticed the progression? And can you identify what they progressed in? Was it that they're feeling more comfortable? Was their communication skills a little bit better? Was their entertainment value in some way, shape, or form a little bit better? Things like that. So, favorite local content creators. I mean, by local, I mean, you know, someone you just found, you know, a couple of months ago, a year ago, someone you've been following for a decent amount of time, and you saw their progression. And on top of that, have you seen progression here? Not for the show, not for JAGZSXE. Have you seen progression from me? There's no right or wrong answer. If you decide to say no, then, you know, we'll have a talk about that, but If you don't know who I am, then that's fine too. But I think we all typically see some form of progression from people. Hopefully we see it by people we enjoy watching. What are those progressions like? What are they? How often do you notice someone progressing? Does it encourage you to see other people progress? I'm the same. I haven't changed. I haven't benefited in any way. Sounds about right. I know I'm happier. Oh no. Hopefully there's not. Hopefully it's just a cable. Or a loose cable. Come a long way. That's good to hear. You know, and another thing, every content creator, any live streamer, we are all going to fail in some way, okay? You got to be okay with that. Keep pushing. You'll get to where you want to be. It may take a while. Please keep going. All right. Your art is very important because this is what's keeping this form of entertainment alive. Keep going. There's someone out there who's going to appreciate your work and you for you. Okay? Keep on at it. Have fun. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise, please. Live and learn. Doesn't even power on, but there's another monitor. Hopefully it's just a cable. Because if it is, easy to replace. If it's the monitor, easy. I know it's more expensive, but I really hope that's not the case. Take time to grow. Let others help you to the best of their ability. You don't have to listen to every single thing, okay? Not everything's going to apply. Just review it. If it doesn't work for you, it's fine. It's okay to give things a shot as well. Not everything's going to work out. People are always going to get mad at you over something. You got to be okay with that. You got to be okay with people not liking the videos, not liking the live streams. You got to be okay with people not liking you. And if they don't, and they keep coming back, well, they're getting you more views and helping your analytics, so screw them, right? Joke's on them. It's benefiting you, okay? Plus, if you dislike someone so much, and you keep on going back to their videos and watching their stuff to dislike it, I think that says a lot more about an individual than the content creator. Then there's clearly something more wrong with the person disliking it. Usually. Than the content creator. Unless the content creator is doing some really stupid things, then, you know, it's a different story. I've seen people do a lot of stupid things on here. Done and said a lot of stupid things. You know, be careful with what you say as well. People are very precious nowadays. Right? Apparently we're all so very sensitive. But, no. I mean, I'm sensitive to a point, but I've learned to literally get the hell over it. Because that's another thing. Don't let other people's opinions bother you that much. Or at all. Let it go. If someone bothers you and is just like, oh, you suck, and be like, alright, well, sucks for you to think that way. pin the blame back on them. Don't do that. Who cares? Who cares? I've had people tell me, dude, like, I don't know how many people, but I've had at least a person come up to me, not in real life, because they wouldn't do that, because stupid. But online, people think they have the freedom of speech and they have the power of, like, 1,000 gods. And then they're like, yo, Jags, your videos suck. And I'm like, then stop watching them. No one's forcing you, except yourself. If you think they suck, why are you still watching them? I can see when you're watching them. It shows me. And every time you comment, then clearly you're watching my videos. Ha! I think it's done. I can see a slight dim flicker, but it's getting power, but the screen may have burnt out. No! Hopefully it's one of your quote-unquote less expensive monitors. Oh no. But you have like a multi-monitor setup, right? You have like 4 different monitors, right? Technology is a whole different story and a whole different ballpark for this whole conversation. A lot of us have talked about this in the past before too, but it's a nuisance. Man, there's so much pressure on live streamers and content creators. Not only from like community members a lot of the times, but also specifically more so to ourselves. I've been hearing a lot of stories about other content creators communities like really like going at like the content creators like throats and stuff like that. Why? You're there supposed to you're supposed to be there to support them and to enjoy the content with them, right? You're not always going to like it, but why would you go at someone's throat that you enjoy? Doesn't make any sense. You know they have the freedom to just stop, right? People have the freedom to just not do anything they don't want to anymore. Someone can literally just get up one day and just be like, you know what? I quit. That easy. And then you're just going to ruin it for everybody. You want to be that guy? You want to be that girl? You want to be that they, them? You want to be however you may identify yourself as? You're beautiful regardless of what you identify yourself as. Even if it's an Apache helicopter. Got some big guns. No, it's not a joke. I've heard people say that before. I don't know why, but that's why I love my community. We have a wide range of all the beautiful, beautiful people. And further. What does that mean? Join the Discord server today to find out. Selfish promo. Yes, it was then one I took from my old for free. Didn't have been running 3, but well, that's what I'm using. And that's what I've only been using as a dual monitor setup. I know you use your multi-set for a lot of different things though. So I understand how that would be a pain and a bit of a burden for you to not have the extra monitors. I also not only bread, but I got crackers. Just more calories, more empty calories and wheat. But rosemary and garlic crackers are delicious. Welcome to the JAGZSXE channel, where I always get off topic because welcome to the show. Welcome to ADD. You want to learn more about ADD? Subscribe to the On the Edge with Jags channel to learn more. When that video is going to come out, I don't know. You can join a Discord server too if you like. But if you want to find it, gotta ask for it. Can't read your minds. Not yet. The day will come where I will be so damn smart I can just decide to just know what you're thinking and be like, yeah, what's he thinking about today? And I was just like, all right, well, I'm tearing that off. Awkward. All right. Another thing. After this live stream, I will be on the Jazzy Discord server. I'll be hanging out in the Hangout VC for anyone who is interested and just wants to continue chilling. We've already been on here for a little over 2 hours and 5 minutes, which is really good. But just in case, once again, if anyone's interested, I'll be hanging out with you guys a little bit more on my 1 of 2 days off from work. Hang out with you guys because, well, I want to. And not being on here for a week, it's weird. Different, unusual, nice to get away from Discord for a little bit, but I miss it very quickly. Well, I don't miss Discord. I miss you guys. What it boils down to. Plus, we play a lot of games and stuff on there, and that's probably what I'm going to end up doing today anyways. It's fine. One, I get some parts for the car. I'll save the third matching Walmart monitor for like 100. Oh, that's not bad. Not bad at all. Actually, pretty affordable. Also, speaking of streaming and content creation, Tides, if you are still here, have you set up any of your new equipment yet? As far as like the webcam or anything like that you purchased not too long ago? I saw that you got the same webcam as I. And if you are also still here, and if you do plan on making videos or any form of content creation, I'm curious on what you are thinking about doing. You know I'll support you. I get that. You know, as of right now, I mean, I'm in the process of actually trying to... I think my first, thing I'm trying to purchase is a new desk. This desk is way too, large for what I need. I'm trying to get one of those standing desks because I have, a ton of lower back issues, apparently. Fat Squatch, thank you so much for sharing the video too, by the way. If you guys also haven't, please like the live streams or any of the videos I have in general. Just go through them when you have the ability to and just like everything. Might as well, right? When you have the free time. No, you don't have to do that. That's ridiculous. But yeah, like these live streams and share them if you feel like doing that as well. It does help out, you know. These live streams are more of just like chill talk sessions with you guys and everything, like I was originally planning to do anyways. And every other time we're gonna hang out and chill and have a good time. That's all gonna be in the Discord server. That's where I'm gonna be doing pretty much almost everything. Unless obviously I'm gonna be thinking about making some kind of video for you guys. Let's see, it is 11:41. Alright, not a bad time. Gonna also, once again, change the topic here for a little bit. But what are your guys' plans for today? Do you have any live streams coming up you guys are getting ready for? Any videos you're getting ready for? Getting ready for work? You getting ready to go out? What's your guys' what's your day schedule look like here? Talk about you. I'll go off on a completely different tangent here. I would imagine Fast Squash may have a live stream today. Am I wrong on that one? I usually see you live every day. Coming to a meeting about 15 minutes. Nice, nice. Yeah, I get that. I was in a meeting this morning. 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm a little tired. Wasting time looking at domain names. Anything in particular? For like any reason? Or just because? Okay. I got you. Alright, so Wednesday at 8, Friday 8, Sunday is member only. Okay. Yeah, I forget how large you are on YouTube. For anyone who doesn't know, Fat Squatch has more than a good couple of thousand subscribers. He's a pretty big deal. But if you haven't, support him as well anytime he's live if you ever get the chance. That'd be awesome. For anyone who doesn't remember, I did a voiceover video for him once for his Art of War Global Conflict video. So, you know, that happened before. I know we were originally planning on some other possible like projects and everything, but you know, life. We're both very busy people. Mostly just because, however, there's a dream of having a streaming site myself. Kides, if you were to do something like that, let me know. Let me know. Because, as you know, I've been on a lot of different streaming platforms. And, I also study UX. And I know what people like and dislike. I could be beneficial somehow. I don't even know if you're going down that path, but if you ever decide to, feel free to ask questions. If you ever need them answered. Or if you ever have any. When he's live, I'm asleep. I just have fun. Appreciate the support. Oh, of course, man. Yeah, we did do an interview as well. I forgot about that. It was It was with me and Orangey. Right? We were playing Don't Starve Together. That's what we decided to do, right? Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah. That was fun. I know Orangey had a really good time with that as well. This is what I'm about to say is mainly specific towards like people who have been following me for quite a while. For anyone who remembers the sponsor I used to have, like when I first started, called Hello Headphones. Anyone remember them? Anyone remember that name? Yes, no? Fat Squatch, yes. Does it sound familiar to anybody? I guess is probably more of the appropriate question. But regardless of your response, they went out of business. They officially put everything down, and they are no longer. I just got the email. Unfortunately, things I guess weren't working out towards their quotas and their goals and expectations. And they did officially go down, in case anyone was ever planning on trying to use them for anything else. I think the website is still currently up, but I know they will be ending and taking everything down here pretty soon. I took off the sponsor and affiliation with them actually quite a long time ago, because I'm not a gaming channel. I'm not a gaming platform, so it didn't make any sense to have them on my end. But yeah, they decided to call it quits for all of that as well. As far as the affiliations and everything else go, I am still technically affiliated with affiliated, I guess. I don't know how loose that term is, but like I'm on part of like Nerd or Die, for people who know where that. Since I really don't live stream, I don't really use the fancy effects anymore. You know, I'm still on there. I didn't get rid of it. I just have it. I kind of just stopped taking any of that really into consideration, because they're really not helping me in any way, and I'm just kind of helping them. So there's no benefit from it, so why waste your time? It has nothing to do with like Nerd or Die. I do love their stuff, but it's just like anything I'm affiliated with, I just stay away from now pretty much, because there's no reason. A lot of it had to do based upon like live streaming stuff and everything. So I honestly I don't even really remember what I'm affiliated with, if I am affiliated with anything still. That's how much I pay attention to it. But yet again, my main focus isn't based upon that at all. So I don't remember. That hot dumpster fire. Yeah. Yes, pretty much so, my friend. I did not mean to exit out of YouTube. There we go. You know, I just kind of brought that up because it's just something I got an email on, and I'm sure it was something you guys probably remembered. I'm gonna go on the what do I have? I don't even like. It's been such a long time. I don't even remember like what merch I have, like on my store. T-shirt, tank top, long sleeve, hoodie, zip up hoodie, phone cases, fleece blankets, pillows, I have not looked at any of these in forever. Huh. Do I have anything else that I have been affiliated with? Do I remember anything? Probably not. Nope, I don't remember for the life of me. So if there is anything, clearly it's not that important then. I'm just on here to have fun, man, and that's all I care about. I'm so limited on when I can even be online anymore either. So the fact I'm only on here for 2 days, I take them, I take the most out of my overall experience to hang out with you guys, and it is going to be on Mondays and Tuesdays, if anything. So keep that in mind. Mondays and Tuesdays are my free days for right now. For about the next 5 weeks. Because then after that, my training schedule finishes and my normal schedule starts, which could literally be anything. So I don't know just yet. But as of right now, every Monday and Tuesday, I should be available to do any form of live stream or to post up some kind of content if I get around to it. But being that it is a Monday, I am honestly not surprised there's not many people online on Discord. Everyone should be at work. Everyone should be at school if there is school still running. Or if it's your day off, congratulations. I know you guys work a little too much. Get it. I understand it now. I like working. I just forgot how tiring it can be. I haven't had a normal full-time... Actually, I've never had a full-time schedule before that I can remember. So, doing this is... Forgot how exhausting having a normal schedule is sometimes, but I'll get used to it. It's only week 1. Only week 1. I don't think I have anything else to really add on to the conversation here at all. So I guess my question is, do you guys have any questions? Is there anything that you just specifically wanted to state? Anything at all? And if not, then we will go ahead conclude this live stream for today. And I will be hanging out in the Discord server for a bit and probably, playing a game or something. But until then, we'll see. I need more water. I can tell it's that time because I can feel my brain already starting to like kind of get to that feeling where I was just like, a little done. Alrighty. If you guys ever want more live streams like this, anything talking about being an entertainer any way at all, or anything with being a content creator, live streamer, anything related to that or anything, let me know. If it still pertains to any of the work I do at JAGZSXE, let me know so I can do another live stream for you guys eventually. If not, then the next one will be whenever I pretty much feel like it and when I am available. But since that is all the time it seems like that we are having for today, thank you guys for who watched today. Greatly appreciate it. You guys mean the world to me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And if you are available, once again, I'll be hanging out on the voice chat on here and doing whatever, because it's a free day, man. It's a free day. But until then, See you guys.